Hey Amanda, gonna do a quick recap of your lesson. This is your first lesson ever. Only been playing golf a couple weeks. Looking at your golf swing, club gets turned a little bit too much inside at first, and you stand up and lift the golf club in the takeaway. Not gonna get too critical because this is your first lesson and you haven't been playing long, so don't know that a lot of good would come from being overly critical. From your top position, you do what I call throwing the face at the golf ball. You just try to get the golf club back at the ball as soon as possible or as quickly as possible, rather than let the body set up the shot and then pull across it. Drawing some lines here to show movement. Sway lines and slide lines and posture lines. You start, so I'm going to do this in red. That's your spine line. But as you turn away, you recover well and get it going back. At edge rest, ideally, you'd want to be straight up and down or a little tilted away from target. You tend to tilt a little towards target, so we'll work on that down the road. But in the backswing, ideally, we'd like to see you get your right leg a little straighter and have a little bit of leverage to push towards the target. So you move a little bit off the ball. We added some turn later on in this lesson in the lower half to get you closer to those positions. And then again, this is a front view of you just trying to get the face at the ball. So you're all bunched up at impact, not a lot of power, not a lot of speed. And then you hang out on your back foot. Not a big deal, I'm just explaining things. So then I had you work on this shift board to get a feel for the weight shift that starts the downswing. So you're moving weight to that lead leg and then turning through. So that's what it'll feel like to you when we start shifting properly to start the downswing. We went over and built you a robot swing so that you get a feel for what we're looking for. And how about this? In this position in your own swing right now, we have the golf club a little closer down by your knees, so the club isn't hinged, meaning you aren't creating this angle well, but the robot helps you create that angle. And then you can see that the golf club doesn't get really far back here in this area at this position, so it's not getting behind you. The club's starting to go up as you're turning it up. And at the top of the swing, you're just checking things out there. And then I asked you to look back down at the ball, checking out to get a feel for what's going on. It's your top position. And then from here, we would like you to bump or shift weight to that lead leg or sit down essentially. And then we're going to have you turning back through the shot. This is the first swing that you've had. So not necessarily in sequence with the body. Things are a little funky feeling. And then the second swing, I had talked to you about shoulder line at the top and in the finish, and you did a much better job, meaning at the top we would like to see the shoulders perpendicular to this spine line. And when I say at the top, I mean at the top of your swing. And you do a really good job here. I mean, amazing job there. Really good work. And then we just want the body to uncoil and have your shoulders do the same thing on the other side of the ball. And you do a really good job there. And then we went in, and this is just you getting an idea of that bump feel. from the top. Lower half working. And we're not hanging back on our backside. So that's the swing we just had. I'm sorry. And you can see the difference as far as weight shift goes, which is important. So impact on the right, impact on the left. Upper body is more behind, or upper body's closer to in the right spot in the finish, but the idea, or the right spot at impact. But ideally, I was focused on weight shift and basic, simple things in this lesson. How to shift the weight, grip of the golf club, we worked on the robot. We talked about when you look down through your hands, seeing 1.5 fingers, you had a habit of getting pretty weak left-handed in your grip, and you could see 2.5. Thumb down the right side of the shaft, and then right hand locked it in. You did a really good job with grip right after we talked about it, so just keep grinding away at that. This is another one. You can see the shift wasn't really as good, but you still did a good job and got to the lead leg. That's the first part of this video. This was me showing you trying to create more leverage in the leg, or trying to create more turn in that right hip, avoiding my hand as you take the club away here. This would be exaggerating, but I'm fine with exaggerations when you're trying to get new feels. So you can see what I'm talking about here. This look to your back leg, meaning right now it would be pretty vertical for you, trying to get that type of feel in the takeaway, or in at the top of the backswing. We'll work on this again down the road too. Again, exaggerated feel. And around in good balance. That's what we got to get away from. That's you correcting it. Again, overdone, but exaggeration is good when you're trying to get new feels. Then went to this view, and you started swinging pretty quick, but if I draw some lines, this is kind of amazing. Before, so 52. What I want to show you is top down, how it started and where we got it, just by getting an understanding of what the body is supposed to do and when. So clearly we got you rotated more, maybe overdone a little bit, but I want you to watch the club, the hands, the shaft, and how it's different in the downswing. Look where that club's going. So this is you at impact on the right. Your left, I'm sorry. Gotta get you back here. And this is you on the right when you started. And look at the path the clubs take in the downswing. Shaft pitch very vertical over here on the right. Shaft is starting to lay down on the left, giving you a chance to hit a better shot once we get the rest of the body organized and around. It's awesome work there. And this is where I did a lot of introduction. We were talking about posture. You can see knees are less bent at address, taller, looks much better than crouched down, and we got to make you as tall as we can so that we can get the body turning and moving as fast as it can. Again, just talking about weight shift, a lot of repetition. This is when we started talking about letting that face go, or releasing the face of the golf club. Shifting weight, turning. We talked about straightening the arms, or keeping the arms straight, but I don't want you keeping the arms straight intentionally. It's just throwing I guess I don't want to say it that way, and this is me giving you an example of if you get a little you missed that last shot because you kind of hesitated and those elbows separated and the club got short on you, rather than just letting it go and letting all that arm tension out. We started talking about releasing the face of the golf club and how the golf club lays or is dragged through impact, or you're out ahead of it, and kind of leading with the body and leading with body rotation and golf club behind that rotation. Then I brought a hammer in to show you, we didn't get the shoulders right for this example, but I wanted to show you how the wrists look through impact to give you an idea of rolling that face open or rolling that face closed. And I thought putting that visual in this video for you to have forever would be good. So turning that face down. And I think that's how I want to end this lesson. Is a good turn to the top. Work on your grip. Keep grinding away at that. Work on your posture. A little less knee bend. You have a habit of getting lots of knee bend. So grip, a little longer in the legs, or less knee bend. A little bent forward. Little from the to get back down to the ball. Front bend. Turn to the top. Big turn. Shift to the lead leg. And let it go. And keep smiling and having fun. And keep it light and loose. Keep realistic expectations. This is me reminding you to keep your head back as you're turning. So you shift, head stays back, club drops in, turn it around. But good work. Again, work on posture. Really good posture right where I stopped it here. Grip, big turn, shift, and go. And just keep it light and loose. Have fun. Remember the good shots, shake off the bad shots quickly. And if you need help in the future, give me a call and we'll get working on it again. Nice to meet you, and good luck.